it's just a lot of hours. You know, even on your own, like watching film and sitting down and running through, you know, shot blocking situations with teammates, you know, just to make sure that every, you know, small detail is accounted for. And at the end of the day, you know, that's what makes a winning team, right? Is, you know, it's the small things.
Water polo players have a reputation for being tough. These dynamic athletes are built to overcome. From enduring swim sets that never end to facing the fiercest of competition, this mentality gives them the confidence to conquer all. However, becoming water polo tough doesn't happen overnight. It takes sheer discipline, intense focus, and rigorous training.
Training's definitely tough. In Europe, we're practicing like 4 hours a day, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night. But while we have the summer, it's kind of 6 hours a day.
Of course, the season is long, so you cannot really practice this long like we're doing right now. Right now, we're trying to condense like a lot of time together. Like we're only together for like a month before we compete. So we're trying to condense as much as possible for like 5-6 hours a day.
We're in the gym 7 a.m. sharp. We jump in the pool at 9:30. We're 9:30 to 11:30. Depending on coach's mood.
And that'll usually consist in the morning. Can be conditioning, typically legs and tactics is sort of like when you're freshest, which we'll do. So I have 2.5 hours of pool time, lunch, hour and a half, 2 hour break, back in the pool at 1 for probably more of a physical grind.
And usually we'll scrimmage. And the scrimmage is also tough because it's always all out, and the coach makes sure it's always all out.
Done by 3, hopefully laying in bed at 4. Trying to recover for the early wake up the next morning.
To qualify for the Olympics, this team will run the gauntlet. Every team and every athlete they face will bring their best. The margin for victory can be extremely small. These players will need to keep their composure in every moment.
You need to be able to play in a calm way, and if you're going to play calmly, then you have to be crazy fit. And really, I mean, and that means lots of time in the water, lots of time swimming up and down and doing all this stuff.
Training for the Olympics is really difficult because it's not like a tournament where, you know, people are second guessing, they're trying things out, they're bringing their strongest unit. Their strongest unit has gone through probably just as hard of a training camp, so it's like, it's one of those tournaments where everybody is going to be in peak performance.
Because everybody's doing the big things, right? Like everybody's swimming, everybody's, you know, shooting however many times a day. But I think the difference between a gold medal team and a silver medal team is probably just, you know, who had it better that day.
The difference between the first and the fifth team is so minimal. It's just the lack of errors that they made that got them there, or the errors that the other team made that they're able to capitalize on, and it looks bigger than it is, but it's a very small margin to make those last couple placements.
There's a mental side of the game that has developed over time. This fortitude is needed not only to endure training, but to persevere in critical moments of the game.
No, it definitely takes some sense of mental fortitude to wake up every single day and train.
I mean, water polo is a demanding sport. It's not for everybody, and you know, to be at this level, you gotta be built a little different to be able to compete and win.
It takes a certain type of person, I think, to be able to stay mentally in it and being like present and just focusing on the task at hand probably is the biggest thing.
It's easy to sometimes get sidetracked, and you can see it with different obstacles or temptations outside of, you know, what we're here to really do. And, you know, it takes some sense of mental toughness to, you know, to push yourself every day and to actually want to get better every day.
When Team USA leaves the pool, their work is not over. These athletes now need to recover. This recovery process is crucial in maintaining longevity and efficiency as weeks of training go by.
Yeah, after a full day of training, you're pretty crushed. You know, you have to recover properly. The most important is your sleep.
Yeah, sleep's huge. Some guys, like Ben Stevenson on the team, loves sleep. He sleeps 12 hours a night at least. He'll sleep on the car, sitting up. It's just like he can sleep anywhere. He loves sleep. It's his #1 recovery.
For me, recovery looks like eating a bunch of food after training and definitely taking a nap.
I get to bed so early because it's just the #1 way that you can help your body regenerate.
I think actually getting full sleep are the most important things, but there's all sorts of things, and working with our trainers and dietitians and figuring out what food makes the most sense and which protein shakes and which supplements make the most sense.
You have to eat very well, and then, you know, we have different supplements, small things that help your body, you know, try and bounce back as fast as possible.
Because we don't really get a ton of, you know, downtime to take water breaks or anything, you know, an obvious first step when I get home is to chug as much water as I feel like I've lost during the day, which is usually about 4 glasses.
USA on 3. 1, 2, 3. USA!
Basically, by the end of the day, your body's just depleted, and so we just have to fix it as best as you can with as much as you can and the right stuff.
You get sore really quick, you get hurt, you get injured, but we have a lot of resources here to help you just stay okay enough to play.
If you don't get the proper rest, like for these long training sessions, you're not gonna be able to perform, and you're just gonna be in the water wasting time, not really improving or not like helping anyone. If you're just gonna be lethargic because you're not diligent about like your proper rest and proper eating.
So for me, getting into that like routine that I can do every morning and night to know that my body's gonna respond pretty well, and having confidence in that, but like you have to focus on what you should be focusing on, which is the task at hand.
You have to be really intentional with your time, because if it gets away from you, you can be in a world of hurt the next day.
The grueling nature of training unifies this team and prepares them for what is ahead: Olympic qualification and the opportunity to return to the podium in more than 10 years.